Hello everybody and welcome to my brand new video. I am Emma Purple. Welcome to May 2026. We're in May already, and I'll just say that April was a lot. Every single month when I sit down here to record this video, I'm always saying the previous month was a lot, but it felt as if I took one step forward in February, March, and then in April I just collapsed. But to go into the detail of all of that, I have written all about it in my blog post, trying to capture my mindset during the month of April and the things that I was struggling with. So I will leave that in the description. I don't want to ramble about that here again. I want to talk about other things that I didn't really touch in my blog post. The cool thing about this thing that I do here is that I have the gift of retrospect. I started these monthly vlog videos where I sit down and I talk because in 2017, 18, 19, I had just finished university. I was very optimistic about my future and I was ready to take life by the horns, and it didn't go how I expected it. I became depressed really quickly. I became very sad with my life, and to me it was a struggle just going from one day to the next because I was like, I'm supposed to be doing more with my life. Why isn't it coming forth? I decided to start this because we have an opportunity to make something out of the little that we have. I just decided that I want to start recording videos. Fun facts. For months, almost every day, I would open my laptop at that time and I would just talk. I would just vent to my laptop. Even the way that my voice would come out of my throat, it felt very muffled. And even looking at that footage today, there was this awkwardness and this fearfulness, and I would talk and I would never ever post those videos. And I started posting my singing videos on YouTube and not really having any direction with my content. I was just posting because I wanted to express. Because right from time I've always been a creative. Right from time I've always been a writer with the poems and the songs and everything. But at the same time I put myself inside a shell of my own making and I was very afraid to express myself. And so I started posting the videos. And I didn't like them because they're super awkward. But over time, I started owning the awkwardness. Now, why am I saying all this? I was talking about the gift of retrospect. The good thing about writing a blog post every single month, sharing my mindset, my state of mind, the small and mundane things and the lessons that I've learned, the things that I'm going through. The funny thing is that it's very hard for you to fake when there is consistency involved. I don't know if you guys have heard of the 3-month rule for dating stuff. People are like, someone can only fake for so long. So even if you're in a relationship with a person, try to push it through and see if you can pass the 3 months of the relationship, and then you see their true colors. And I think it's the same for anything that we are putting our craft into it, anything that we are stoking consistency. Am I someone who works well with time management? Can I beat my chest and say that let me try to be consistent for 3 months? Do I still keep going late to work after 3 months? Then you know that okay, you're being honest with yourself. And I say that to say that when I come here to sit down, I never want to craft a commentary or a character that becomes a caricature. I don't like motivational speaking. I don't like the whole inspirational speaking thing, honestly. And it really irks me when I go to churches and that's what I'm hearing. Oh, there's a star in you, blah, 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 blah. I like to look at life at face value, and that's one of the reasons I am a Christian, because out of all the different religions and the mindsets and the movements in the world, it is Christianity that beats its chest and says this is true if it is not true, the threads of this religion fall apart. And there's that verse that Paul says that if the resurrection is not true, the source of our faith, if it is not true, then we are to be most pitied amongst everybody in the world. And so because of this reason, where I cannot stand falsehood, especially for myself, of course there are times where we lie to ourselves, there are times that we are dishonest, and my main challenge in life is to try to be honest in everything that I do, especially when I struggle. I came into this struggle when I first started blogging because I wanted to write something that was inspirational, something that uplifted other people. And now the challenge was this. There was nothing in my life to be uplifted about. There was nothing inspirational about my life. It was disappointment after disappointment. And I wanted to craft this narrative that yes, as long as you keep on trying and pushing and persevering, everything is going to fall into place. And in my life, that has not been the truth. But in April, I saw myself in a place of balance where I could go to God with the idea that I was unhappy with the way life was looking, that when this disappointment came, I didn't have to put up a front and be like, yeah, sorrow may last for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Oh my gosh. Right now, honestly, between me and God, right now, this sorrow is pinning me down. It has its leg on my neck and I'm struggling. I want this to be a space where I can express my challenges with all sincerity, not putting up a front, not trying to be pretentious, not trying to say all the proper things that I should say, but just be real with myself and with God. I say all that to say, I no longer beat myself up when I cannot meet up with my goals. And there are many times on this channel where I'm like, okay, I'm going to publish by December. December comes, I don't publish. We no longer shame ourselves here anyway. If we cannot publish December, then we're going to try in January. And if not January, we're going to try in February. Because the funny thing about life is that life happens. Like in April, I had my plans. I touched a bit on it in my March video, but I had my plans for life and things just took another different turn, and I beat myself a lot for it, and I was a little mad at life. I don't like to say I'm mad at God because the audacity, why would I be mad at God? But I was just frustrated and I was just tired, and I was just like, okay, this wasn't even an ideal situation. This was me still pushing my best, trying to make the best of the opportunity that I had been given, and then out of nowhere, everything just goes left field, and I am where I found myself at the beginning of the year. And I'm saying all this in regard to my writing. I have been writing my book Stronghold for 12 years now. I'm not even exaggerating. It started out on a book and paper. I started writing Stronghold. I paused Stronghold, wrote A Quest for Xylem, which we already know took 7 years, and then now I'm trying to get it out to the world. And I already told you guys that I had this big ambitious plan to publish 10 books in 5 years. I'm already behind in the plan, but something I have to remind myself is, am I just creating to create, or I'm saying something that needs to be said? And the reason why I don't beat myself up too much when I don't make the progress that I expected to make is that when I look at the quality of what I am creating, like when I look at where Stronghold, the story, has gone in these 12 years, where I was barely like getting out of teenagehood and writing this story in my head, and as I am learning things about life, as I am experiencing things, I can put it in this character. I started Amy's story, which is a story of grief, when I had no idea what grief was. When I started writing it, I had this challenge where there was this big wall between me and this character, and the wall was like, Amy lost her mother at 7 years old. She watched her mother die, struggling, and it became a very big influence in her life. Me, I am so sheltered. I have never experienced grief. How does one cope? Like, I can only imagine. My imagination can go to an extent where, oh, this person that has been a source of your joy and comfort is gone, and so you have to go through the rest of your life in this formative stage. Like, it does something to you mentally. And at the time where I first started writing it, I didn't know how to put Amy in that situation realistically. Guys, I know now, I'm an expert. Like, cause I've seen so many instances where things just happen and your world is turned upside down. Like the way that Amy's mother dies is that they're having dinner one evening and the woman collapses and she's all alone, and no one plans for that unprecedented happening that turns her life upside down. That literally has happened to me. And so in retrospect, I could have been like, yeah, it's kind of like a Nigerian film. How will somebody just drop dead and die? But I've seen it happen multiple times. And what I'm saying about all of this is that even as I say, oh, I'm writing one chapter of Stronghold in a month, and that pace is very slow, and I want to get the book out so that I can get another book out, the thing that I should focus on is this story a story that has substance, that has value in this world where there are so many writers? Like, I look at writers in the internet, they are releasing books every other day. I know it's AI, they know it's AI, but there's that pressure that they have the following, they have the audience, they're getting paid, they're making the money, and I'm like, how do I catch up to this? How do I reach this extent of my writing? But when I realized that it's not about the success, it's not about the applause, it's not about the audience, but it's about the story in itself. Is it real? Is it authentic? Is it sincere? Does it present or paint a picture of pain and grief and overcoming difficult situations in a realistic way? And when I think about that, and when I see that the latter is my goal and my objective for writing, I just give myself a break, and I'm like, yeah, even if we write chapter 12 for the whole of May, it's okay. Speaking on that, I have made some progress, slow progress in my novel Stronghold, but it's not done yet. But at the rate which I've been writing one chapter a month, hopefully by the end of May I should be done. So I am taking a step of faith to say that I want to publish on the 31st of July. That is my date to publish, and why I put that date is because I want a huge chunk of time to market aggressively. Like I want to put it everywhere, on my TikTok, on my YouTube. I want to come up with a plan and see, is there a way to actually make a living out of this craft? Is there a way to build interest in this thing that I have created? And also, I'm going to be putting the book up for pre-order on the 26th of not this month, of June. So that's my plan for Stronghold. And then after Stronghold, it is the sequel of A Quest for Xylem, but I'm wondering, should I revise Reverse Falling first? I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes. I've already rambled for a lot. I had a bunch of Bible verses planned to read, but all those verses are up on my blog post, so I will ask you to go and check it out. I'm looking at May with optimism. I'm looking at May with the mindset that I can actually make something of value out of the things that I have, as small and as humble as they are. So I'm going to put that effort to do all that. To close this video, I will just say, in a world where everyone is a creator and everyone is making something and everyone has a product to sell, there is the tendency to want to ask and say, is there even room out there for me to make my own voice heard, to shout my own craft from the rooftops? But what I will say is this, that yeah, there is an opportunity, because what you're saying, what you're trying to sell, quote unquote, may be sincere. And with my life, that's what I'm trying to do, with my writing, with my day-to-day struggles, even with my faith, and trying to survive disappointments. I want to be sincere in everything that I do. So I want to sincerely thank you all for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.